We will have conferences like this in 10 years. You can record this and mark my words. And we will be dealing with holograms instead of screens. It's going to be much more interactive. We will no longer interface as people who have to communicate with something that's external. We will be part of the experience. That's why these are called immersive experiences. So naturally, you're thinking, okay, what's my connection with this? I'm a narwhal guy. I call the Smithsonian. I say, I want to put swimming narwhals in your lobby. Are you up for it? And again, obviously with narwhals and the technology, I went to the National Science Foundation, got another grant to start doing some of this work with Microsoft's first edition of the lens. By the way, when they came out with their second edition of the lens, they did a perspective to see how much in sales they would do for the next year. They sold out in a month. So you can see how fast the technology is taking place. Obviously, other companies are doing this as well, but this does represent the future. I started doing an experience with narwhal HoloLens. This is the experience part of it.
Land of ice lives the narwhal.
And we have Meryl Streep narrating.
One of the most unusual mammals on Earth. With a limited habitat, the narwhal, also called the unicorn of the sea, has been a mystery of science and the marine world for over 500 years. That is, until now. Here, coming in first is a male, and at 1.5 tons, this medium-sized whale measures 4 meters, or about 14 feet in length. It often has a single tusk, which extends an added 2 or 3 meters, and another tooth which remains embedded in the jaw.
So what I decided to do was create the experience. I brought it to the Smithsonian Institution, the American Academy for the Advancement of Science. Actually, just most recently brought it to Greenland, because I think many indigenous people are visual learners. We keep throwing books at the wrong people. We have people that think with different brains. They don't process in the exact same way. We are forcing one educational model on an entire population of people that just don't want to get it. And then on the other hand, people from the National Science Foundation, this happens all across the world. Everyone's saying, well, how do we engage more indigenous people? How do we get them to be a part? And my response is, why would they want to? What's their motivation? You know, we keep asking people to come on our ground. We need to be the ones that extend the arms out. So at the end of this experience, what I did was I created a game where you become the narwhal. So this is actually the exhibits team at the Smithsonian. Now, when you're in the experience, you can't see yourself, but you can see everybody else. So I took this picture externally while people were in the experience. Now, the good news is, and I only have a minute left, so I want to be exactly on time. The good news is I brought HoloLens with me to this trip, because I figure this is GLEX, this is the future of exploration. We need to be the ones that see the technology. This is immersive. So when you saw that screen, when you're wearing HoloLens, you are in the ocean. You are literally surrounded by ice and water, and the whale is literally coming at you. When we have people engaged in the game, it's almost hysterical, because we ask them to hunt for fish, and just if you could see a video of yourself, you know, people are just all over the room. They're trying to get their fish, and there's a winner at the end of the game. So it's a wonderful attribute, a wonderful whale, and thank you very much for your attention.